Hi, everybody. So I'm Lauren Nahas. I designed the curriculum for the English boot camp that you're about to teach. And this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I'm a little worried about it, but I think it's in pretty decent shape. I definitely think there are probably some changes I'd like to make to what I have. So I'm very interested in your feedback and your thoughts on what I've put together here. So I just want to explain a little bit about what my approach is. And basically, I relied on California Acceleration Project models, curriculum that they have on their website, activities that people post on, their Facebook page. I reached out to another instructor at Lake Tahoe Community College who had they had done a boot camp there, and then there are two previous CCC boot camp instructors that I looked at some of their materials and got advice from them. So that's where all of this stuff comes from. And the readings that I've selected are they're considered like, or at least I identify them as like classic acceleration texts where, they're dense enough nonfiction texts, sort of semi-academic texts, but they're talking about motivation, what makes people successful, what makes students successful. And so at the same time that we're kind of trying to like push them quickly through a lot of material, we're also having them think about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to be focused, etc. And so they're getting sort of both of those things at the same time. Let's see. They are writing a paragraph on the first day. They're reviewing paragraph structure, hopefully. I hope they have some sense of paragraph structure. And then they're writing a paragraph. They are doing some readings that they'll use in the first essay. They're getting active reading strategies on that first day. And then on the second day, they begin to write their first essay. And that essay is actually written by the entire class together. So you're going to break them up into groups. You're going to have each group work on a body paragraph. The class as a whole is going to come to agreement on, what their working thesis is and what paragraph topics are appropriate, etc. They will also learn about rhetorical strategy that day, and they will apply that to a Yelp review. And that is sort of a hole in the curriculum, I've got to admit. So I introduced that. I wanted to do that because most instructors teach the rhetorical appeals in 1A. But what I don't like about the way I'm using it in the boot camp is I don't go anywhere with it. We do it that day and then it doesn't come up again. And so I have some ideas about how to incorporate that more into the rest of the course, but the current course does not do that. And so I'm interested in what you guys think about that in particular. Let's see. Day 2, they're like writing this, or they're writing the body paragraphs of this essay that the class is working on as a whole. Then day 3, they're revising and editing that essay. They're practicing doing introductions and conclusions for that essay. And then late in the day on day 3, they get the prompt for their final essay. And they do a reading for it. And then day 4, all morning is brainstorming, kind of pre-writing activities. The later morning session is spent outlining and planning. I have them do some group work in there. And then the afternoon session on the 4th day is just writing that final essay. And I'm a little bit so about the topic that I've selected for that final essay. It's a debate between Duckworth's research on grit and how that is, being portrayed as grit is being portrayed as very critical to a student's success, and then Mike Rose's criticism of that idea, particularly when it comes to low-income students. And so that's the debate that they are having to take a position on in the final essay. And I'm a little unsure of what I think about that topic, and so I definitely like some feedback from you there. There is grammar instruction to some extent, and that's mainly having you identify on the first day. They wrote a paragraph where you give them feedback, and you pay special attention to grammar errors that they're making, and then they do some research and learn how to correct their own errors. And then the other form of grammar instruction is in the form of removing wordiness and improving sentence focus and those sorts of strategies. So there isn't a ton of grammar in the course, and that is the accelerations sort of philosophy behind the course, that there is not a ton of direct grammar instruction. And then, what they end up with the final essay is basically a 5-paragraph essay. It's fine if that's what they produce. I'm not explicit about that. I don't require them to have 3 points in their thesis that they then focus each paragraph on. But I think that's our general goal, is for them to produce an essay that has a well-done introduction, clear, focused, well-structured body paragraphs, a conclusion that, attempts to discuss the significance of the essay, and we're also do counter-argument and refutation for the final essay as well. So if you have any questions about evaluation of the final essays, please let me know. You can talk to Kathleen Donlan as well. And you're determining whether you think the student is going to go to 1A or whether they need to or if they need to take 142B. All right, so I hope this overview has been helpful, and of course, let me know if you have any questions about anything.